What's up, guys? Tonight, I'm going to talk about what I think it means to trade your time for dollars and why you should strive to instead spend your time and start making money making systems. So, what I mean by this is say you took a look back at the last 365 days and the way that you know how to make money, or the way that you did make money, was in your job. And that's actually the way that I made money, is by working a job. So basically, let's say I made 50 grand last year. What I did to make that 50 grand, I traded I traded say 250 days out of the year. And in those 250 days, say I traded 8 hours of a day to the company that I worked for in exchange for the 50 grand. So what I had to do, and also take into account the driving and the commuting back and forth. So let's call that another, I mean, what? So if it was 290 days with the commuting back and forth, we'll say that adds on another hour a day. Within those 290 days, instead of trading 8 hours a day, you're actually trading 9 hours a day because you have to commute back and forth to the job if you work at a physical location. So the thing is, 50 grand can be good money. However, there could have been a better use in my time. And the better use of my time, I think, would have been to instead of instead of working for the company and doing the inputs of the job and learning a little bit more about the company, instead of doing that, I think the better use of my time would have been to start working on creating money making systems. And what I think that a money making system is something that makes you money. It's a system that generates revenue regardless of the time that you're putting into it. So, for example, like a sales team, if you have a team of salespeople selling a product or service for you, then that is a system that is happening regardless of you putting in more work or not. That system is happening regardless. Another example of a money making system is like a YouTube channel and creation. The moment you make a video, the moment that it gets pushed out into the YouTube algorithm, and once you stop making that video and it's out in the YouTube algorithm, it's working for you. So that is what I that is what I should start striving for, is to start making money making systems. And I believe the way to start making a money making system is by starting a business. And so the thing is, it can take a while to get to the point where it can take a while to get to the point where uh, your these systems are working for you. It could take a while to create these systems. However, I think that I think that it is a better use of time in doing the inputs necessary that will create these systems, instead of me working a job and becoming like better at the tasks that will make me better at the job. Yes, I will become more promotable and I will become more valuable to the company. However, my income will be capped, because no matter how hard you work at the company, and no matter how many inputs you input at the company, they will only pay you a certain amount. Unless you have a sales job, which actually is a step above, which I think a sales job is a step above an hourly and a salary job, as far as inputs and the amount of money you make. The thing with a sales job that I like is that the more inputs that you put in, the more directly you will get rewarded. So, like, say the sales task is cold calls, the more cold calls that you make, the more sales you're going to make. And yeah, I think that, yeah, I'd say if I were to rank it in the most like effective ways to make money, I think the lowest on the scale would be an hourly job. The step above that would be a salary job. The step above that would be either freelancing or sales jobs, to where your inputs, the amount of work that you put in, the more income you'll make. And then the step above that is business owner, or the person that is working on money making systems. I think that when all your inputs are going into building a money making system, then down the line, those money making systems will eventually end up making you the most amount of money out of any of these other things I just said. So, if you found any value out of this, I appreciate you watching, and I hope you have a good ass night. Thanks.